topic is high performance work system, HRM and TQM. Now, high performance. Performance means what? Normally, we all are aware that performance is a term that we normally use to indicate the productivity. So when we talk about high performance work system, it definitely comes under human resource management and it can also be suggested as a part of TQM. So all things are actually interrelated, very much interrelated. High performance is related to work system. Now work system, workers, employees, these are all a part of human resource management, right? So now human resource management. Now, in order to enhance the performance of human resources, we are adding more on total quality management. So total quality management is actually being emphasized or integrated as a part of human resource management. Now, why it is integrated? We can relate all these things in a very simple terminology. TQM is interrelated or it is integrated as a part of HRM function simply in order to enhance the performance of its employee. So high performance work system is only possible, means a higher productivity worker system, a higher productivity employee system with a proper overall processes is only possible when we integrate TQM as a part of HRM, right? So, in the TQM literature, there seems to be a general understanding regarding the type of TQM activities that contribute to the development of business excellence. When we study TQM, it is normally there. In the TQM activities, it is normally mentioned that in the TQM literature, we have understood that what are the activities that we can actually do in order to develop the business excellence, right? Dale 1999 enumerates the following practices relevant to organizational excellence from a TQM perspective. Now, Dale in the year 1999, he only enumerated few organizational excellence practices that we can form, or these are few organizational excellence practices that are a part of TQM. So you can say that these are from the perspective of TQM, which we can actually integrate into our organization. Fine. Now, what are those? These are leadership, training, involvement, and participation of employees, cooperation, and customer focus. Clear? So these are few organizational excellence practices that we can focus on. These are all from TQM perspective. So what are those? Leadership, training, involvement and participation of employees, cooperation and customer focus. Most of these themes can be found also in the current HRM literature. Now you can clearly relate those things. These are means TQM has given this version that we can integrate all these things in order to enhance the functioning or in order to get an organizational excellence as a part of organizational excellence policy. Now these are also normal part of HRM literature. We have discussed in our human resource management activities that leadership is very important, training, employment, employee participation, cooperation, all these things we have discussed in HRM literature also, right? Various authors indicates explicitly so-called best practices or high performance work systems that will deliver sustainable competitive advantage for the organization. Now, these things are actually called best practices. So various authors explicitly indicate all this thing. Now, various authors explain this concepts only, what we use from the TQM perspective, like leadership, training, involvement, participation of employee. All these are various good practices, best practices we can say. These are good practices which we can use in order to enhance the organizational performance, right? So various authors indicate explicitly so-called best practices or high performance work systems. So these are only high performance work system which will deliver sustainable competitive advantage for the organization. Now you all know that means organization, in order to be sustainable and in order to gain competitive advantage throughout, in order to grow, in order to be competitive, we need a sustainability is there. Now in order to gain sustainability, we need means we need to implement high performance work system, which is only possible. How will we get high performance work system? When we imply best practices or best organizational excellence practices at our organization. Okay. Buffet 1994 discerns 16 of high performance practices amongst those: information, high wages and job security. Now, prefer define the 16 of them. Means 14 was there. Then again he called 16 of high performance. Means Dyson 16 of high performance practices. Amongst those, information, high wages and job security. So he emphasized on information, which is the key for sustenance or key for development as well. High wages in order to uh, gain a better productivity among the employees, in order to gain more, enhance the morale of the employee and so on. And definitely the job security is there. Okay. Arthur 1994 focuses on, amongst others, decentralization, participative leadership and excellent wages. Now here Arthur also focuses on few other points. He added on few other points. What are those points? This is decentralization, means decentralization in terms of your decision making, or in terms of resource allocation. You can say on this, all those things are there. Participative leadership is there and excellent wages. See, wages are wages have been given attention twice. Above also we found high wages to be important. Here also excellent wages are important, right? Deleri and Sau, forthcoming in 2002, state that the correct tuning in of the following best practices led to high performance work system. So what does it means? Everyone together we found Deleri and Sau, he focused on an overall integrated approach where according to Pfeffer, according to Arthur, whatever they have said, he is telling that correct tuning of the following best practices. Means whatever best practices we have discussed as of now, like the leadership, training, participation, high wages, job security, participative leadership, decent. See, all these terms have been given, means all these points, all these processes have been given attention by various eminent experts at their time. So Deleri said that correct tuning of the following best practices means proper attention, and according to the requirement we need to give attention, leads to high performance work system. So high performance work system is only possible when we correct tune all this point. Staffing, training, appraisal, compensation and job design. The business excellence models defined in relation to the international and national quality award stimulated the development of the best practices from a TQM point of view. Thus, TQM and HRM both underline the existence of forms of HPWS that drive organization to excellence performance. So now it is clear that high performance work system is only possible when we integrate both this thing, like TQM and HRM. Previously, we have discussed in our strategic HRM that we need to add on our business strategy and integrate those business strategy into our HRM strategy. But now, in order to gain a healthy work environment or high productivity work system, in order to get this HPWS, high productivity work system, high productive work system, we need high performance work system is only possible when we combine these two concepts, that is TQM and HRM. Both will come mixed up together to give us a HPWS, that is high performance work system. Fine. Now, there are few things we go on adding, like leadership, participative leadership concept, compensation, and lots of factors are there. Employee morale survey in Ernst and Young. Ernst and Young is an international organization with accounting activities and consultancy on tax issue. Related to these two scopes, Ernst and Young delivers a number of specialism. Example, EDP auditing, interim management. These are defined. Here, details about Ernst and Young has been given as a very renowned consultant are there, about the HRM consultancy is there. So now editing, corporate finance, all these things they are doing. Worldwide, the organization has approximately this much number of employees. Once every 2 years, a large-scale employee morale survey is organized amongst all employees in the Netherlands with support of ISR, that is International Survey Research. ISR is an international operating with the advantage of making comparisons of the survey results with those of other companies of best in class. So analysis of the data, this is simply a research survey has been done, has been conducted for Ernst and Young. It's a very reputed organization. So the research has been conducted there. So this company used to do this practices, means throughout the year they conduct a survey in a year. Analysis of the data. The questionnaire applied in 1990 and 2000 in the Netherlands covers approximately 200 items which are grouped around personal information, perception of employee on HRM or TQM policies, and dependent variable, that is outcome is overall job satisfaction, and intention to leave the organization. So entire analysis of this research were based on this questionnaires. Independent variables were there. Now we don't need to go through the research details research. We are going to study only the HPWS concept wherever it is there. So there are few dependent variables also on which this entire concept has been there. Stability of the factor solution over time. Now, stability of the means of the construct over time, as can be concluded. Now these are some factors that shows an increase in the appreciation by the employee. Now we will be discussing only the result. We don't need to go through the entire research, the process. What was the research and what is the actual result that they constructed? Stability of the means of construct. What they got is, as can be concluded from the various tables that has been done. So an increase in the appreciation by the employee. Cooperation plus 0.22. Responsiveness of the organization 0.21. Payment 0.53 and secondary work condition 0.77. So it simply indicate that what actually appreciates the employee, what are the factors that are appreciated by the employee. So here payment is secondary. The first is the secondary work condition. The employees have given more weightage to secondary work condition and then to payment. So payment comes here secondary, right? And then definitely the cooperation factor is there, responsiveness of the organization is there. Some other factors show a decrease in the appreciation of by the employee. So appreciation by the employee means these are the factors which are actually appreciated by the employees. And there are some factors which shows a decrease in the appreciation by the employee, which are actually not appreciated by the employee. These are the factors. Appraisal and the role of direct supervisor minus 0.33 and internal and external customer focus minus 0.17. The bigger changes in the score reflect directly in the action and initiative that have been stimulated on the basis of the results of the employee satisfaction survey and thus reveal an effect in the scores given in the employee satisfaction survey. It simply this gives an almost an idea, means what are the factors on which employee rest on, employee appreciate what factors for the overall organization and what are the factors which employees don't like or don't appreciate, right? Stability of the relationship between independent and dependent construct variables. People out there have focused more on cooperation, internal and customer, although there's a shift in the importance of various factor construct. Cooperation, internal and external customer focus, insights and goals and objective, and payment in general affect the HRM or TQM outcomes positively. See, HRM process or high performance is only possible when these are properly or positively correlated. So here we are finding what we are finding. We just got the information that cooperation is very important from the employee side, internal external customer focus, insight in goals and objective, and payment. These are few factors which actually generally affect the HRM or TQM outcomes positively. Okay. The direct work condition, a factor only found in 2000 data, has a significant positive effect on satisfaction on all three dependent variables. So the direct factor condition, this also creates a significant positive effect on satisfaction. See, overall, if we talk about the high performance work system, we just need to understand that high performance work system it means that we have an employee system which creates a business excellence model which is very productive. This is about high performance work system. Now, in order to gain a high performance work system, it is important that we integrate TQM and HRM. So, and here what we are discussing is about employees. What does employee thinks? Like we discussed that cooperation, internal factors, employees gives an overall weightage. Means employee consider these things as positive. Direct work conditions are there. Direct work condition has a significant positive effect on satisfaction. The effects of cooperation is there definitely. The HRM or TQM constructs cooperation, internal and external customer focus and payment are stable over time as construct, stable in their effect on HRM or TQM. See, HRM or TQM construct cooperation, internal and external customer focus and payments are stable over time as construct and stable in their effect on HRM or TQM outcome. What does it mean? It is very important from the HRM or TQM perspective. Cooperation forms the base, internal and external customer focus and payments. These are very important factor for employee satisfaction, even if you consider from the perspective of an employee, whether they want to stay with you or whether there's an intention to leave, this can be constructed from this points only. Right. In other words, we argue that these construct or high performance work system are reliable that affect HRM or TQM outcomes positively. Okay, so these are the outcomes which are very important: cooperation, internal, external customer focus, and payment. These constructs or these points are very important from an employee perspective. Okay, so in order to create an HPWS system, you should rely on this points. Okay, so conclusion is there. It has shown that statistically found factor solution reveals stability over time. However, it also become clear that specific factor constructs changes over time. So there are some stability in few point and there are some instability in other point also. Means all the factors are not very constant. So while creating HPWS system, you need to consider all this thing as well. Okay. Now model guest. These are few model guest 1997. This is one such, this is the model given by Becker, Hazel, Pickers and Spratt. Okay, no, this is the next model. This is one model where it is shown that HRM strategy. According to the HRM strategy, we create HRM practices, right? These are few models. Actually, these are models which are going to help you out.